Second attempt. And finally, there we are. I think it's this laptop I borrowed. It's weird. Anyway, here's a shout out to you, Jack Dawson. Welcome. It's time for Strat-O-Matic baseball. Damn right it is. First game of the April 17th schedule. 1966, the New York Yankees at the Baltimore Orioles today. We're going to have pair of left-handers here. Whitey Ford for the Yankees and Steve Barber for Baltimore. Ford limited to 73 innings due to arm problems that year, but he still managed a magnificent 2.47 ERA. Barber even slightly better at 2.30. Barber made 22 starts. So there's your pitchers, two really good lefties here. We'll get to the lineups here right away. For the Yankees, Bobby Richardson will bat leadoff and play second base. Tom Tresh will be in left field, hitting second. Mickey Mantle will bat third today in center field. Joe Pepitone, the first baseman, will be in the cleanup spot. Clete Boyer plays third base and bats fifth, with Elston Howard doing the catching, batting sixth. In the seventh spot will be Lou Clinton. Clinton is in right field today. And Bobby Mercer is at shortstop, hitting eighth. Mercer and his 5E56. Whitey Ford, of course, bats ninth. So a little bit different look for the Yankees as far as their lineup goes. For Baltimore, same lineup as the first two games of the series. This is the third game of a three-game set. For Baltimore, it will be Luis Aparicio playing shortstop and hitting leadoff. Kurt Bleffery will play left field and bat second. Frank Robinson in right field hits third. Brooks Robinson at third base hits cleanup. Big Boog Powell, first baseman, batting fifth. Dave Johnson will play second base and hit sixth. Paul Blair, the center fielder, batting seventh. And Andy Etchebarren doing the catching and batting eighth, with Barber hitting ninth. So there's your lineup. We're about ready to get underway here. I've got some coffee. Another cool day in Spokane. I went out in this morning and got groceries. It was 37 out. And Joel Horland, 20, writes, block me from commenting. You know, that doesn't make sense to me, to be honest with you. There must be a technical issue or something there. I can't imagine him doing that. Maybe give it another chance. Okay, play ball. Steve Barber's ready to go as Bobby Richardson steps in from the right side. Barber, the sign from Etchebarren, the big left-hander, winds and deals. Here's the first pitch of the game. That's a 4-9 to the right-hander. Grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Aparicio, a 1E18. Here's the roll on the play. On a 19, that's an easy play for Luis Aparicio. He gobbles it up and throws him out, and there's one down. You might have noticed the coffee stain on my fielding chart. I've ordered a new one. That was a little accident yesterday evening. Here's Tresh now, switch hitter, batting righty against Barber. Barber, the windup in the pitch. That's a 1-9 against the left-hander. Swung on and missed strike 3, and down goes Tresh. 2 away in the first, just getting underway here. Pull up a chair. Here's Mantle now. Mantle, also a switch hitter, batting righty. Mantle maybe not the fielder he once was, or the runner, but he can still mash. Here's Barber's delivery. And on a 3-2, he draws the walk. So that's a 2-out walk to Mickey Mantle. And Joe Pepitone will be the hitter. Pepitone lefty. Lefty on lefty here. Barber from the stretch. Pitch to Pepitone is a 5-9. Swung on and missed strike 3. So Barber fans 2 here in the first for the Yankees. No runs, no hits, they leave a man. After half an inning, Yankees nothing. Orioles coming to bat. Here's Whitey Ford now and get a good look at his card. Ford, pretty bad. He's better against lefties. Significantly, actually. So here's Aparicio to lead things off. Aparicio in real life that year batted .276, .312 on base. Ford, the big lefty, winds and deals. And that's going to be a 5-7. That's a single to 9, and that's past first base and into right field for a base hit. So Aparicio with a leadoff single. Aparicio with excellent speed. He'll have to be held on. Ford with a terrible hold of +4. I'm looking for Howard. He's a 0, so that would make him a 19. Aparicio's a 17 held on. 19, the most you can be, -2. And he's going to try for the lead now. 2 through 5, 11 or 12. 7, he does not establish a good lead. He's still held on, however, and here's Kurt Blefary batting left-handed. Ford from the stretch. Pitch to Blefary on a 4-9. Ball 4, he loses him. So Aparicio takes second on the base on balls. Blefary jogs down to first. The Orioles have something going here right off the bat in the first inning, and here come the Robinsons. Frank Robinson to the plate, Brooks Robinson on deck. Ford from the stretch. Here's the pitch, a 3-7 to the left-hander. Swung on and missed strike 3. So Frank takes a vicious cut, and down he goes. And here comes Brooks. Brooks a 1E13 at third base. You'd expect no less from the human vacuum cleaner. As Ford comes set, here's the pitch to Brooks. A 4-7 to the right-hander. That's going to be a base hit, but on a 1, that's going to get past right field for a double, and that's going to score Aparicio. Blefary will hold up at third. On the double by Brooks Robinson, and the Orioles lead 1-0. So now it's second and third, 1 down. And here comes Powell. I got to think about this for just a minute here. Early in the game, do they want to pull the infield in, second and third? They could put Powell on, but I hate to load the bases. They're going to play the infield in. Infield in, second and third, 1 away. Here's Ford, lefty on lefty. The pitch to Boog Powell on a 6-9 is a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Mercer and his 5E56. Here's the roll on the play. That's a base hit, 1 base advance. Mercer can't make the play. It's ruled a single. Generous scoring, if you ask me. That's an RBI single scoring Blefary. Brooks takes third. And it's 2-0. Now the Yankees will move to double play depth. They like to get a ground ball and get out of this right here. Ford checks his runner now from the stretch. The pitch to Davy Johnson is a 5-8. That's second base X. That might just do it. Richardson's a 1E17. Here's the roll on the play. On a 5, and sure enough, Richardson behind the bag makes an incredible stop. Off balance, flip to Mercer, back to first, double play. So what a play by Bobby Richardson, huh? That ends the inning. But the Orioles get 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave 1. There was a walk in there as well, and they lead 2-0 after an inning. So Barber, staked to a 2-run lead, gets set to go to work here in the second. And the Yankees will have Boyer, Howard, and Clinton due up. Barber gets his sign from Echebarren. Here's the windup in the pitch. That's a 1-11 against the left-hander. Fly ball to left playable. Bleffery's there. And he'll catch that for the out. There's 1 down. And here's Elston Howard, right-handed hitting catcher. Howard. Hang on a second here. Before I open my mouth, I want to double-check my facts. Howard, MVP, 4-time World Series, 12-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glove winner. And no, he is not in the Hall of Fame. That was what I was wondering about, in case you're wondering. Okay, here's Howard. 1 out, nobody on. Barber the windup. The pitch to Elston is a 3-7. Fly to left field. Playable. Bleffery right there in his tracks. Played in position perfectly. And quickly, there's 2 away. And here's Lou Clinton. Clinton hasn't started yet. This is his first start. Hasn't started yet this year. He hit 220 in 159 at-bats, 5 home runs, 403 slugging, so he's got some pop. 2 down as Barber winds and deals, and here's the pitch to Clinton. On a 2-4 against the lefty. He works out a walk. Walk to Lou Clinton. So 2 out, walk to Clinton. Clinton, no threat to steal. And here's Bobby Mercer now. Against a left-handed pitcher. Look at that. 4 chances of walk, and that's it. And he's a 5E56. So if you're scratching your head on that one, you're not alone. And here's the pitch from Barber. 3-8, grounder to short. That's playable for Aparicio. He's got it. Goes the short way to Johnson, and that'll retire the side. Yeah, I don't make the lineups. I always like to state that. I use the exact game lineups from Baseball Reference. So Mercer at short. Boy, I sure don't remember that. Of course, I was only 9 years old on April 17th, 1966, to turn 10 in May. And that was the year of my very first Major League game. My dad took me to Dodger Stadium to watch Sandy Koufax. And I wish I could say I remembered it, but I don't. I remember I was more interested in the concession stand than I was the ball game. I'm ashamed to admit that, but that's a fact. Ford ready to work now in the bottom of the second. It'll be bottom of the order, Blair, Echebarren, and Barber. Ford gets the sign from Howard, the windup, the pitch to Paul Blair. On a 6-10 to the right-hander, grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Mercer. And here we go again, a 5E56. On an 18, he makes the play. How about that? Ground ball fielded by Mercer, and he throws him out. So Mercer confounding the experts here with a fine play at short. And here's Andy Echebarren now, right-handed hitting catcher. Ford, the windup, the pitch. A 4-3 to the right-hander. High fly ball to left field. Back goes Trash to the track. It's gone. Home run, Andy Echebarren. Wow, let's look at that again. 4-3 right-handed to 19. The roll's a 12. Echeverria lofts one into the left field seats, and Baltimore leads 3-0. And here's Barber. Barber, a left-handed hitting pitcher, interestingly. Not much of a hitter, a one-hitter's card, which is the worst, of course. Here's Ford, lefty on lefty. On a 1-9, he strikes him out. No big surprise there. And with 2 down, Aparicio will be the hitter. Ford gets the sign. Here's the pitch. A 6-3 to the right-hander, fly to left field X. That's Tresh. Tresh, a fantastic outfielder, a 1E6. Here's the roll on the play. On a 14, that's going to be a can of corn for Tresh. He puts that away, and that'll retire the side. But the Orioles add another run on a towering home run by Andy Echeverria. And after 2 complete, it's 3-0 Orioles. And Joel writes, my first game was at Dodger. Well, how about that? First game was at Dodger Stadium as well in 1966. Claude Osteen was the starter. And of course, I remember Osteen well. It was a couple years later before I really got into baseball, around 1968 pennant race, I would say. And I definitely remember the 1968 World Series. Top of the third now, 3-0 Baltimore. Whitey Ford will be leading it off for the Yankees, a left-handed hitter. Whoops, I better get the right pitcher out there, huh? Barber on the mound, pitching to Ford. On a 6-6 to the left-hander. How about that? Whitey Ford hits a ground ball with eyes up the middle. It's going to find its way through into center field for a base hit. And Whitey Ford has a leadoff single here in the third. And that'll bring up Bobby Richardson. Richardson grounded out to short in the first. Barber from the stretch now. Here's the pitch to Richardson. On a 4-12, and he walks him. Oh my goodness, and now the Yankees have something going here in the third. First and second, nobody out. And here comes the heart of the order now. Tresh, Mickey Mantle's on deck. Tresh steps in from the right side. Barber from the stretch. Here's the pitch on a 4-7 to the righty. Swung on and missed strike 3, and down goes Tresh on strikes. Holy cow, with 1 away, here comes Mickey Mantle. Barber hardly out of the woods yet. Joe Pepitone on deck. Barber comes set. Here's the pitch to Mickey Mantle. On a 1-8, that's going to be a base hit into right field. He goes the other way with it. That's an open single, so Ford could try to score on that. The right fielder is Frank Robinson, not a great arm, a +1. But a pitcher 1 through 10, 1 through 11, no, we're not going to try that. Ford will have to hold up at third. Richardson takes second, of course, and the bases are loaded now with 1 away. And that'll bring up Pepitone. 3-0 Yankees here in the top of the third. I'm sorry, 3-0 Orioles here in the top of the third, but the Yankees have the bases loaded and 1 out. Joe Pepitone standing in from the left side. Barber being very deliberate now. Shakes 1 off. Now nodding. Here's his pitch. On a 2-7 to the lefty. That's a comebacker right to the mound. So that I need to see here. Ground ball B with the infield back. That's going to be a standard force play, and that'll score a run. So 2-7. That goes Barber down to second, back to first, not in time. So that'll be a 2-4 force. Mantle forced. Ford scores. Richardson to third, and it's 3-1. So first and third, 2 away. And Cleet Boyer will be the batter. So 3-1 now is the score. 2 on the pond. Here's Boyer. Barber, the pitch from the stretch. On a 5-9. Fly ball to right. That's playable for Frank Robinson. He's right there and puts it away to retire the side. So the Yanks pick up a run on 2 hits and leave 1. Leave 2, actually. Leave 2, yep. First and third. So it's 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the third. And here's Whitey Ford now. It'll be Bluffery, Robinson, and Robinson. I'll get a little sip of my coffee here. Hi, John, welcome. And Bob, welcome. The red, all hits are in red, and the circles at home plate are in red, and that would be scoring. I just do it makes it easy for me to see the hits. So here's Bluffery now. Ford ready to work. Winds up, deals to Bluffery. That's a 6-7 to the left-hander. Bluffery taps one down to second. Richardson there. Easy play for Bobby. And he throws him out. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. 4-3. Bluffery's retired. And here's Frank Robinson. Robinson struck out with 2 runners aboard in the first. Ford gets his sign from Howard. Here's the windup in the pitch. On a 1-5, that's to 7. That's going to be a deep fly ball to left. Tresh back. That's going to be off the wall for extra bases, and Robinson will pull up at second with a double. So let's take a look at that one again. 1-5 against the lefty. Homer to 7. The roll is a 20. Robinson will settle for a long leadoff double off the wall. He almost got that one out. And here comes Brooks now. Runner on second, 1 away. Ford to glance back at Robinson. Now the pitch to Brooks. On a 4-8 versus the right-hander. Swung on and missed strike 3. And down goes Brooks Robinson on strikes. For Ford, his 3rd K of the game. And with 2 down, Boog Powell will be the hitter. Powell singled in a run his first time up. Ford ready to work now. Here's the pitch to Boog. It's a 6-7 to the lefty. Tapper down to second. Richardson behind the bag, turns, throws in time, and that's going to do it. No runs, a hit, a man left. After 3 complete, it's Baltimore 3, New York 1. As Barber gets ready to go to work here in the 4th, he'll be looking at Howard, Clinton, and Mercer. Barber gets the sign from Echebarren. Here's the windup in the pitch. The pitch to Howard, a 3-7 against the lefty. Fly to left, playable. Bluffery drifting a bit now. He's there and puts it away. Here's Lou Clinton. Clinton walked in the 2nd inning. Barber, full windup now. Here we go. It's a 6-8 against the righty, and he loses him. He loses Clinton again. So Clinton has walked in both of his plate appearances. And here's Bobby Mercer. Clinton not held. Barber, a look over there, and from the stretch comes to the plate. On a 4-8, that's a fly ball to center. Paul Blair is right there, and there's 2 away. And that'll bring up Ford. Barber's pitch to Whitey Ford is a 1-8, swung on and missed, strike 3. And down goes his opposite number. No runs, no hits, a man left. Still 3-1 as we move to the bottom of the 4th. Barber's cruising along with a 2-hitter. Ford's had a little rougher time of it, but he's doing okay. Here's Ford's pitch to Davy Johnson, leading things off in the bottom of the 4th. The windup. Here's the pitch on a 2-7. That's a base hit right up the middle for Davy Johnson. So for Davy, a leadoff single. No threat to run. And here's Blair. Blair 0 for 1 today. Ford from the stretch now. And here's the pitch to Blair on a 2-5 against the left-hander. A single to 6, but instead that line drive is going to find the glove of Boyer. And he is out on a liner to third base. And that'll bring up Etchebarren. Etchebarren, of course, hit a pretty deep home run there in the 2nd inning. How many home runs did Etchebarren hit that year? Now I'm curious. He had 11 in 412 at-bats. So, you know, mid-range power, you'd say, maybe. Ford, the windup. Pitch to Etchebarren on a 5-7 against the right-hander. That's a single to 9, and that's going to be a single. It just gets past Pepitone. And Johnson will have to hold up at second on that one. Single asterisk single. First and second, one away, and here's Barber. Barber is an A bunter, so the Yankees will pull the infield in. They're anticipating the bunt here. That would make Barber a B, and he's going to try to lay one down anyway. And that's not what I want. That's what I want. On a 7, yes sirree. Perfect sacrifice bunt by Barber. We'll score that 2-3. You put anything, I'm sorry, we'll score that 2-3. You can put anything you want in there. Both runners advance. So now Baltimore has 2nd and 3rd and 2 away. And here's Aparicio. Aparicio 1 for 2, singled and scored in the 1st. Ford in another jam as he comes set. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6-5 to the righty. Fly to right field, playable. Clinton's right there and puts it away to end the inning. So for the Orioles, no runs, 2 hits. They strand a pair. At the end of 4 complete, it's Baltimore 3, Yankees 1. I'm catching up on the comments now. Yes, Joel, I believe you're right about Barber. He only worked 133 innings that year. 2.30 in 22 starts. So I have to believe, without even referencing it, that an injury was in play there. Barber was a fine pitcher, as was Whitey Ford, who was also running into health problems at this juncture of his career. Okay, we move along to the 5th inning. Bobby Richardson, Tresh, and Mantle, top of the Yankee order. Barber gets his sign, the windup. The pitch to Bobby, a 1-8 against the left-hander. That's going to be a base hit right up the middle for Richardson. So Richardson with a leadoff single here. Not a threat to steal, 1 through 14 runner. And here's Tresh. Tresh has struck out twice against Barber. Barber from the stretch. The pitch to Tresh on a 1-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. And boy, does Barber have Tresh's number today. And here's Mickey Mantle now. Mantle 1 for 1, walk and a single. Barber from the stretch. The pitch to Mickey Mantle is a 4-6. That's going to be a ground ball to short. That's going to be 2. Aparicio to Johnson to Powell, double play. So the old 6-4-3 retires the side. And the Yankees fail to score in the 5th inning. Barber sailing along, Ford trying to keep his team in the ball game. He'll be facing Blefary and the Robinsons to start off the bottom of the 5th. Okay. Ford ready to work now. Here's Blefary. Ford, the windup and the pitch on a 6-10 to the lefty. That's shortstop X. That's going to be Mercer. That, in case you missed it, is a 5 E56. Yes, you heard it correctly. And on a 7, he can't get it. That's a base hit. Very playable ball. But it scored a single. And Blefary's aboard to lead off the bottom of the 5th. And now it's Robinson and Robinson. Ford has been in trouble all day here. 3 hits, a homer. Well, the double, he stranded that. 2 hits, another hit. We're going to have some activity in the Yankee pen. Jim Bouton's going to get loose out there. So Blefary on first, nobody out, and here's Frank Robinson. 1 for 2 with a double. Ford from the stretch now. Here's the pitch. That's a 6-6 to the right-hander. That's exactly what he needed. A ground ball is short. Mercer has it. Shovels to Richardson. Fires to Pepitone, double play. So Ford got the ground ball he needed, and with 2 down, now Brooks Robinson will be the hitter. Here's the pitch to Brooks on a 3-10 against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit into left field for Brooks Robinson. So boy, was that double play big. Robinson, a 2-out single. And here comes Boog Powell. I'd have to think that if Ford doesn't get Powell, he may not be long for this game. From the stretch, the pitch to Boog on a 4-10. It's a fly ball to right, shallow. Clinton Cummings, still coming. Now he's there and makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So for Baltimore, no runs on 2 hits. They leave him in. And after 5 complete, it's Baltimore 3, New York 1. Here's Barber now. It'll be Pepitone, Boyer, and Howard for New York. As we move along to the top of the 6th, Pepitone standing in from the left side, lefty on lefty. Pepitone 0 for 2 today, and here's the pitch from Barber. That's a 4-10 against the lefty. Grounder to shortstop X. That's Aparicio. Quite the contrast to Mercer. Aparicio is a 1E18. The roll on the play, that's an easy play for Luis. He throws him out, and there's 1 down. We'll score that 6-3X, and Ken Boyer will be coming to bat. Here's Barber now. The windup, the pitch to Boyer. 2-9 against the lefty. Fly ball deep to left. Back goes Blefary. At the track, makes the catch for the out. So Boyer gave it a ride. Just didn't get quite enough of it, and he's 0 for 3. And with 2 away, it'll be Elston Howard. Howard has flown out to bluffery in both of his at-bats today. Barber the windup. Here's the pitch to Elston on a 2-9. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And boy, Barber is really dialed in right now. Retires the side in order and takes a 3-1 lead to the bottom of the inning. Ford in S6 as far as endurance goes. So this is his first inning of potential fatigue. Seems like he's been on the verge of it here all day. 9 hits he's surrendered. Here's the windup and the pitch to Davy Johnson on a 1-11 against the lefty. Gets a base hit the opposite field. Johnson lines a single into right, and he's on with a base hit. And Boughton getting ready in a hurry now as here comes Paul Blair. Johnson no threat to run, not held on. Ford from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Blair on a 5-9 to the righty. Fly ball to center, playable. Mickey Mantle's right there in his tracks and makes the catch 1 down. And that'll bring up Andy Etchebarren. Etchebarren 2 for 2. Homer in the second, singled in the fourth. Ford from the stretch. Here's the pitch, a 5-11. Ball 4, he loses him. And here comes Johnny Keane, and he's seen enough. Even with the pitcher coming to bat, he's going to pull Ford right here. So Ford lasted 5 1/3. Wait a minute. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 hits. Three runs so far, but the 2 ducks on the pond are his responsibility. He walked 2. Struck out 2, so a very uncharacteristic game for Whitey Ford. Jim Boughton's been ready. He's coming in now. It took him a little longer to get in. He put down some kind of book he's working on. Boughton that year, 120 innings, a 2.69 ERA. First and second, 1 out. Barber and A. Bunner. Yankees will bring the infield in. Barber's going to lay it down. That makes him a B. On in 8, perfect sacrifice bunt again. Actually, I forgot to write that in this time. So that's 2 sacrifice hits for Barber. Second and third, 2 away. It'll be up to Luis Aparicio. Boughton stares in to get the sign. The right-hander deals. That's a 3-9. Grounder to second, playable. Richardson's got it. Flips over to Pepitone, and that'll do it. So Boughton comes in and restores order. Baltimore had a hit, a walk, left 2 on. Did not score. After 6 complete, it's 3-1 Orioles. And that would appear to be all that Barber needs at this juncture, although you never know. This game can turn on a dime, as we've seen so many times. It's Clinton, Mercer, and the pitcher's spot. So that probably means Boughton will have a short outing today. I should have thought of that before I did that, but I don't know what I would have done. Double switched with Howard or Boyer? Not really. Anyway, we'll carry on. Barber ready to work now as Lou Clinton stands in. Clinton, remember, has walked both times against Barber. Here's the pitch from Barber, a 3-7, and he flies it to left field. That's going to be playable for Bleffery. He's got it, and there's one down. And here's Mercer now. Mercer 0 for 2. Barber, the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 6-6 to the lefty, and Mercer slaps a base hit right up the middle. So how about that? Mercer with practically nothing on his card versus the lefty. Singles off of Barber, and now we'll have a pinch hitter for Boughton. Boughton 2/3, retired both of his batters. All 3 runs charged to Whitey. Baltimore will have the Robinsons and Powell coming up. They're going to get Hal Reniff loose. He'll be coming in. Right now, they need a pinch hitter. And all of their hitters are lefties, practically. Here's one, righty, a switch hitter. Horace Clark's going to be the batter. Clark, a switch hitter, looks pretty good against lefties. He hit .266 that year in real life. So it'll be Horace Clark here, man on first and one down. Barber from the stretch. The pitch to Clark is a 2-8, and that's going to be a base hit right up the middle into center, and that's an open single, meaning Mercer can try to go to third there. He's a 1 through 13. To center is Blair, a -1, 1 through 12, with one away. No. Mercer will hold up. So a pinch hit single by Horace Clark. Nice job coming off the bench. First and second now, and here's Richardson, and now Barber in S7. Boy, I'll tell you what, Baltimore's got to get somebody up in their pen. And we're in the 7th. They're going to get Stu Miller up. Barber to Richardson now. First and second, 2 down. No, I'm sorry. First and second, 1 down. The fly out to left and then 2 consecutive singles. And here's Bobby Richardson. As Barber comes to the plate on a 3-9, that's going to be into the gap for extra bases. That's going to drive in a run. Clark's going to hold up at third on the RBI double by Bobby Richardson, and that's going to fatigue Barber. So Mercer scores. Horace Clark into third. 3-2 ball game. Here comes Hank Bauer, and that's going to have to do it. So Barber goes 6 1/3, and he was cruising, wasn't he? God, it can fall apart so quickly. 6 hits he allowed. He walked 4, kind of uncharacteristic for Barber. 6 strikeouts. He's allowed 2 runs, but 2 runners in scoring position are his responsibility. Here comes Stu Miller, 2.25 in 92 innings of relief in real life. And he's got his work cut out for him. Tom Tresh at the plate, Mickey Mantle on deck. Tresh will turn around and bat from the left side against Miller. 3-2 ball game. The Orioles will have to pull the infield in here with runners on second and third. Here's Miller's pitch to Tresh. On a 4-5, that's into the gap. In center field, that's going to plate 2, and the Yankees take the lead on a 2-run double by Tom Tresh. Holy crap. The Yankees come roaring back here. Clark scores. Richardson scores. And it's 4-3. And Miller's not out of the woods yet because here comes Mickey Mantle. Miller stares in to get his sign. Here's the pitch to Mantle. That's a 6-8 grounder to second, playable. That's going to be Johnson. He'll throw him out. Tresh will take third on the play. So 2 down now, a runner on third, and here's Joe Pepitone. Pepitone 0 for 3 today, but that was against Barber. He's facing a righty now. And here's the pitch from Stu Miller. A 4-6. And that's going to be a base hit by Pepitone, driving in another run. Oh, my God. So the Yankees erupt here in the 7th. Tresh comes in to score. And it's 5-3 Yankees. And Clete Boyer will be the batter. 2 away. Here's the pitch from Stu Miller. On a 6-9 against the righty. A grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Aparicio. 1E18. Here's the roll on the play. On a 2, Aparicio behind the bag dives, makes a sensational stop to his feet, gets up and throws him out. And oh my God, you want to talk about a web jam. God, we got to look at that one again. That was an incredible play by Aparicio. That's going to be 6-3 X exclamation point. Holy crap, was that a game saver? Maybe. Maybe. The Yanks get 4 runs. 5 hits. And they go into the bottom of the 7th with a 5-3 lead. And it could have been 6 without that fantastic play by Aparicio. And Reniff will come on now to pitch for the Yankees. Hal Reniff, 3.21 in 95 innings of relief, 9 saves that year. Relief endurance 3. He'll be facing Blefary, Robinson, and Robinson as the Orioles suddenly find themselves trailing here in the bottom of the 7th. 5-3 ball game. Reniff into the windup now, and here's the pitch to Blefary. On a 2-6. High fly ball to right field. Back goes Clinton to the track. It's gone. Home run, Kurt Blefary. And just like that, it's 5-4. Let's look at that again. 2-6. Homer to 19. The roll is a 9. Holy cow. What a game. And here comes Frank Robinson. Holy cow, I gotta wipe off my glasses here and take a little sip of coffee. Well, I've had a lot of really close, intense games lately. As far as the entertainment value, the Strat gods are certainly with me. Here's Frank Robinson now, 1 for 3. Reniff winds and deals. On a 4-7, ball 4, he loses him. And the tying run is aboard. Robinson not a threat to steal. And here comes Brooks Robinson, and Boog Powell is on deck. Reniff comes set from the stretch. The pitch to Brooks. For 10 to the right-hander. Struck him out. That's the first out of the inning. So Brooks goes down swinging, and here's Boog. Boog 1 for 3. Reniff winds and deals. The pitch to Boog on a 3-12 to the right-hander. High fly ball to deep right field. Back goes Clinton to the track, to the wall. It's gone, and Boog Powell has just put the Orioles on top again with a 2-run blast of his own. You can see that. That's a 6. 3-12 homer to 8. And Powell just does clear it with that fence scraper. And it's 6-5 Baltimore as they come right back in the bottom of the inning. They gave up 4 in the top of the inning to surrender the lead. They come roaring back with 2 home runs and a walk. Reniff stunned. He's muttering into himself, pacing around behind the mound. Now he's back on top. Howard into the crouch, flashes some signs. Davy Johnson steps in from the right side. Reniff's got one he likes, the windup and the pitch. That's a 1-5 to the righty. Tapper down to second. Richardson charging, gloves it, and throws him out. And that's 2 away. And here's Paul Blair. And here's the pitch from Reniff. On a 6-3 to the righty, a fly ball to left field X. That's Tresh. Tresh about as steady as they come at a 1E6. Here's the roll on the play on a 17. That's an easy play for Tresh, and that will retire the side. So that goes 7X. But 3 big runs for Baltimore on a pair of homers. A leadoff homer by Kurt Bleffery and a 2-run blast by Boog Powell. And at the end of 7 complete, it's 6-5 Baltimore. What a back and forth game. And Stu Miller, well, no, he didn't give up the go-ahead run. Actually, that was charged to hang on a second here. Boughton came in. No, that's right. To Barber. 1, 2, 3 of the runs were charged to Barber. So that's 1. We can close the book on him. That's 4. 1 charge to Miller. But Miller would be in line to pick up the W if he can hold it. We go to the top of the 8th, 6-5 Orioles. It will be Elston, Howard, Clinton, and Mercer due up. Stu Miller ready to work now. Here's the windup and the pitch to Howard. On a 1-7, tapper down to short. That's Aparicio. He gloves it. Throws to Boog Powell, 1 down. And Clinton, God, I almost feel like I need to do something for the Yankees here. Maris pinch hit in this game in real life, and that's what we're going to do here. Maris is going to hit for Clinton. He'll take over in right field. He's a 2E3 -2. So with one out, nobody on, Roger Maris comes in to bat for Lou Clinton. Miller ready to work now. Here's the pitch to Roger Maris. On a 1-4, he loses in ball 4. So Maris draws the walk. Comes off the bench and draws the walk. And that'll bring up Bobby Mercer. Mercer 1 for 3 today. Miller, as far as fatigue goes, no danger of that at this point. From the stretch, the pitch to Mercer. On a 4-2, that's a fly ball to center. That's shallow. In comes Blair, still coming, and he's there to make the catch for the out. And with 2 away, the Yankees will have to send up a pinch hitter for Reniff here. So Reniff worked an inning, 2 hits. Three runs, walked 1, K'd 1. Let's see what the Yankees are going to get up in the pen first of all. Mostly right-handers due up. They're going to warm up Pedro Ramos. He'll be coming in. Ramos pitched in this game in real life. Right now, they need a batter. Runner on first, 2 down. Runner on first represents the tying run. That's in the form of Maris. 1 through 14 runner, he's solid. Against Miller, Roy White is going to come off the bench and pinch hit. So here comes Roy White. White, a switch hitter. He'll be batting lefty against Miller, of course. So 2 down, a runner on first. Here's White now from the left side. Miller from the stretch. On a 2-6, tapper down to short. That's playable for Aparicio. He'll take it and go the short way to second base, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, a walk. They leave a man. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, 6-5 Baltimore. And here comes Ramos, 3.61 ERA in 90 innings of work, 13 saves. He's a right-hander. It'll be Echebarren, the pitcher's spot, and Aparicio here in a tight ball game. Ramos, the windup, the pitch to Echebarren. There's a 4-5, fly ball to right field, playable. That's Maris now. He makes the catch. And now it's Stu Miller. Miller, a 1-hitting pitcher. Boy, this is tough. Miller came on. He's worked 1 2/3 only, so he's got plenty left in the tank. If they were to pinch hit for him, they would need a new pitcher to face the top of the order. A righty and 2 switch hitters. I think they're going to stick with Miller. Miller's going to bat here. This could be a mistake, but I'm going with it. Here's the pitch to Miller on a 1-6. Struck him out. No surprise there. And with 2 down, here's Aparicio. Ramos comes set, the windup and the pitch. On on a 6-8 to the right-hander. That's a tapper down to short. It's going to be Mercer. He throws him out in a 1-2-3 inning for Pedro Ramos. So we go to the top of the 9th inning. 6-5 Orioles. Let's see if they want to do anything defensively here. They have a damn good defense as it is. Bleffery, not so hot in left. Bowens is a 2, but with a high error range. Schneider's the better outfielder with a plus arm, however, but it's going to be Schneider. Bleffery's going to come out of the game. Of course, he'd be due to lead off the bottom of the inning. Snyder's not a bad hitter, though. There may not be a bottom of the 9th inning for that matter. So Russ Schneider will come on for defense in place of Bleffery, where he is a 2E6 with a +2 throwing arm. And here we go. Fasten your seatbelts. We're going to the 9th inning in a 6-5 ball game. Stu Miller, we let him bat. He's trying to nail it down here. He's got the top of the Yankee lineup. Richardson, Tresh, and Mickey Mantle. Miller gets the sign from Echebarren. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch to Richardson. On a 6-11, it's a fly ball to right field X. That's Frank Robinson. Robinson's a 2E5. And on a 1, that's gonna drop in for a double. Oh my God! Well, nobody hardly could have got to that one. But that's a huge leadoff double. 9X. Holy cow, and the Yankees have the tying run in scoring position and nobody out. And here comes the muscle of the order. Tresh with Mickey Mantle on deck. Miller, pretty much the best the Orioles have. I think Hank Bauer is saying, it's yours to win or lose, Stu. And here's the pitch to Tresh. On a 6-7, struck him out. 6-7 against the lefty. Strikeout for Stu Miller. That's 1 down. And here's Mickey Mantle now. I am entertaining thoughts of walking Mantle to set up the double play. But that would be walking the go-ahead run. No, we're not going to do that. Miller's going to pitch to Mantle. Checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch to the plate. On a 2-9, swung on and missed, strike 3, and down goes Mantle. Oh my God, and Miller's reaching back for just a little bit extra here in the 9th inning, is he not? Holy crap. After a leadoff double by Richardson, he fans Tresh and then strikes out the great Mickey Mantle, and it's all up to Joe Pepitone now. Miller staring in, gets his sign, the windup, and the pitch to Pepitone is a 6-7, struck him out, and that's the ball game. Oh my God, can you believe it? No runs a hit, they leave a man. Miller, after the leadoff double by Richardson, all he does is strike out the side, and the Orioles hang on 6-5. Hey, if you've enjoyed that, please subscribe and like. I've enjoyed having you guys watching this. What a game to watch, huh? Holy crap. 2 2/3 goes Miller, and he does pick up the win. Let's see who the losing pitcher was. That would be Reniff. Ramos worked a flawless inning. Miller, in his 2 2/3, allowed 3 hits, 1 run. He walked 1. And as we mentioned, he struck out the side in the ninth, 3 strikeouts. So for the Orioles, 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors. For the Yankees, 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors. And that's your ball game from here in Baltimore, where the Orioles hang on to edge the Yankees 6-5. I'm looking at some of the comments now. Boy, you're right, Bob Cole, and you know it happens quite often, frankly. The dice are a fickle thing. They can run hot, they can run cold. I mean, look at Barber. Barber was cruising along. To me, it looked like he was headed for an easy, complete game victory. Then he got knocked around in the 7th, knocked him out of the game. And then the Orioles came charging right back. The big home runs there, Blefary and Powell. Holy crap. I don't have my standings or stats, unfortunately. My computer's in the shop, my laptop, and my spreadsheets were on that one. I borrowed one from my cousin until that one gets repaired. So I'll have to enter all this stuff later. But anyway, that's your final. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, if we want to look ahead on the schedule a little bit, let's see what that would be. Yeah, this laptop is not my laptop. For tomorrow, it's the Kansas City Athletics at the Chicago White Sox, 3 p.m. Pacific. So please join me for that. Thanks for being with me, guys. I really do appreciate it. You guys all have a great evening, and I'll catch you later. Take care.